Just want to say hello to everyone as you get a chance to watch this. I'm privileged to sit here and chat for a few minutes with a good friend of mine, Oliver Cooper. If you're from around Fredericton, you might recognize his face just because he simply is a Fredericton resident. Grew up here, went to Fredericton High, is a black cat. He and I have a bit of a rubbing on that a little bit as he chuckles. My oldest boy, Andrew, this year played his first year with Leo Hayes, but Coop was good to pass along the pointers despite being across the river, so that was good. But you also may recognize Oliver from his time spent with the UNB Reds. He wears number 26, hardworking, two-way, maybe a word of Coach Mack, a gritty forward, and has been privileged to play with the team for a few years now, been a part of a national championship team, been a part of some heartbreaking losses as well at the national level. And then the 2020 season. Coop, I can't imagine from your perspective as a player, maybe you want to talk us through that a little bit. I know I was privileged to be at one of your first team meetings early on in the season. And, Coach was, everybody was like, let's go. We got one goal. We're focused on the national championship. Let's go. I was privileged to be there the night you clinched the AUS title and then getting ready to head out. Saw you guys head out on the bus on Tuesday, and you're getting ready to play on Friday night down in Halifax. And then maybe just kind of walk us through what that was like for you as a team over those next few days.
Yeah, it was definitely something that personally I never expected to ever have to go through or experience. I think I speak for everybody when I say it's kind of an unprecedented time, and we definitely weren't expecting it. As a team, it was definitely heartbreaking, like you said, right from the get-go. Our goal was to make it to nationals and gun for a championship. And unfortunately, the way the season ended was it ended with a lot of uncertainty, and in that regard, it's almost worse than losing, because you don't really know what the outcome would have been. So I think if we would have had the chance to actually play out the game, play out the tournament, to actually determine who actually were the best teams in the country, would have definitely been a little easier and given us a little bit more closure. But moving forward, I'm just glad that I was able to be a part of such a great team. I mean, some of my lifelong buddies are going to be on that team, and my heart definitely hurts for the guys who are graduating and aren't going to have another opportunity to battle for a championship. And fortunate enough for me, I have another year, so kind of moving in that direction, and hopefully we'll have a season next year and be able to battle for another championship.
And I appreciate you sharing that perspective, Coop. And I appreciate you saying in the word uncertainty, and that seems to be there's been a number of different terms thrown around over the past number of weeks. We've heard the phrase like new normal, and that just seems to be getting redefined almost on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
And yet when you were in the midst of that, like you say, you had your goal, you had your plan laid out, you were ready to execute, and then you didn't even get a chance to execute. Like you didn't even get a chance to step out on the ice. And so just that unknown piece. And again, like you say, to those guys that are graduating and we're finishing up their careers at UNB, it leaves a bit of a hole in that sense that they didn't get a chance to compete one last time with such a tight knit group.
Mm-hmm.
We've had a chance to get to know each other a little bit over the past few seasons. I've been privileged now, this is my third season, to come on as chaplain for the Reds and get to know the guys. And I know for some people that may listen in on this, they go, chaplain, say, whoa, what do you mean? What is this? Is he like some kind of like a religious guy or that type of thing? I know you've been privileged to know some of what the chaplaincy program was about even before I came on the scene, and just being aware of Hockey Ministries International and knowing Bruce Smith. I know he's a good friend of yours. And so maybe just from your perspective, Coop, in looking at chaplaincy and the program, what does that mean to you, like as a player for the team? And maybe just, walk us through that a little bit from a player's perspective, even from saying, just having a chaplain like around, just being present around the rink, and what that's like.
Yeah. Well, for me personally, I think it's great. I mean, hockey and school can be very busy and can put a lot of stress on us as people, and depending on how hockey's going, that can also weigh on you as well. So having that that individual there, such as you or Bruce or any chaplain, to kind of lean on or express any hardships that we're going through, is definitely great to help us be able to overcome them, because sometimes in a team setting, it's not always easy to speak about our emotions and how we're feeling all the time, because I mean, your coaches are your coaches, and your teammates are also going through some hard stuff at the same time as you, so you also don't want to put any more weight on them. So it's nice to have kind of a neutral presence there for us to be able to reach out to and give us the support we need, no matter how it may be. So
Yeah, no, I appreciate you sharing that, Coop. I guess, one of the things I reflect on, and you mentioned the word presence, and just being a presence there for the guys as they walk that through, and also knowing it's not just, in the ups when things are going well. I mean, yeah, it's great to be there and to celebrate, but I know, even reflecting on, just this last season, being there the morning you guys loaded the bus, just, being able to wish you guys well and send you guys off. And a number of the guys said, you're going to be coming down for the weekend. My intention was absolutely Sunday. I'm going to be there, be present with the guys in that gold medal game. And then none of that took place. And I know for me, it was like, there's a purpose, like, that's the time I need to be there, just to be present with the guys as they, as you guys try and unpack what just unfolded. And as you look at that as being an athlete, Coop, you've played hockey all your life. There's the physical aspects of the training, the emotional aspects, the psyche, and trying to get prepared. In recent years, we've been hearing even from Health Canada this idea of spiritual health and what that means to our well-being. And so, as you think of that and having, and as you would say, a neutral presence around, how does that help with that dynamic of being an athlete?
yeah, I think it helps. I mean, as I said, we have busy schedules, so it's easy to sometimes not forget, but not spend as much time on your beliefs and the spiritual side of things. So it's nice to be able to take a few minutes every week or every couple weeks to sit down and talk about life, and just talk about our beliefs, and have the opportunity to kind of share what we're going through, and have somebody kind of guide us through their experiences, and kind of share some insights on the Bible, and kind of keep our religion, I guess, in kind of in our minds, and be able to lean on that when we're going through some hard times.
Yeah, no, that's great stuff, Coop. I appreciate your perspective as a player, as an athlete, and yes, as a national champion. And it's been great to come alongside you guys and be a part of that team environment. And like you say, as a neutral presence, just being there, when those times when you're walking through, and I appreciate the fact that you would bring up the point of just keeping your faith um, grounded, because you're right. There's, life can throw so many pressures at us, and it's easy to, we can put one aspect of our well-being off to the side. We don't necessarily do it intentionally. Life, as we're all walking through right now can throw us some crazy curveballs. And, we don't plan on them. We don't expect them, but we walk through them as they unfold. And so, I appreciate you sharing that, when it comes to, like you said, keeping your faith grounded when you're walking through those times. So again, thanks for taking a few minutes to share with us. Like you, I'm looking forward to being back at the rink.
Yeah,
Hopefully
definitely.
sooner, hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah,
Um,
fingers crossed.
yeah, we'll see how the summer unfolds, but certainly want to wish you all the best as you continue on in the summer and continue to train. And we'll look forward to seeing you back at the Aiken Center.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. I appreciate it.